This video is brought to you by CatBeast.com. Design your own custom snapbacks and hats.
What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel tonight. This is your official SmackDown Live review for tonight's show, September 26th, 2017. And I honestly hate shows like this, man. I hate shows like we got tonight. And the reason why I hate shows like we got tonight is because nothing happened. There's really not much for me to go over and discuss after tonight's show. It was just there. WWE, they went to work. They gave you 2 hours of television. It didn't do anything for you. There was nothing important on the show. And I have to sit here and talk about a show that right now isn't doing much of anything. I hate that. I hate when I have to sit here and there's nothing of importance to talk about. I'm going to do my best to go over this show, but honestly, you want my review of tonight's show? I could end it right after this. All this show was making the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view official with a full card. That's all this show was. That's all this show was. We got Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode finally announced for the pay-per-view. We got AJ Styles and Baron Corbin, which I'll talk about. I don't like that. That was officially announced for the United States Championship at Hell in a Cell. That was announced for the pay-per-view. Randy Orton and Rusev announced for the pay-per-view. Usos and The New Day, the best feud in WWE right now. That was already announced, but The New Day issued an even graver challenge, an even more hellacious challenge for the Usos at the pay-per-view with the Tag Team Championships on the line. We'll go over all that, but that's all this show was. It was making the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view card complete. Now, next week, we go into the go-home show. We got a little dash of this and that, pushing for the final hype for all these feuds and all these matches that they announced tonight, and that's it. And then we got Hell in a Cell. But other than that, there was really nothing of importance on tonight's show. So I literally could end this review right here. I could give you the result of tonight's show, and I could call it a night, and I could go play Destiny, and I can go relax in my nice, cool living room. That's it. But other than that, there was nothing important on tonight's show. We're going to go over it. We'll go over the results. We'll go over some things that bothered me, some things that are bothering me going into Hell in a Cell. Sami Zayn had a nice little role on tonight's show. We'll talk about that. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for your SmackDown Live tonight, man. But I want to thank everybody for showing up to my No Mercy review. It's still doing major numbers, man. We're nearing now 70,000 views on that video. Thank you guys so much for showing up. Almost 2,500 thumbs up. Thanks to the haters who continuously talk shit about me on Twitter. You guys make my day. You guys aren't doing even a tenth of my numbers, so I thank you for your attention, and I thank you for all your support, because everything that I say, no matter how much you have a problem with it, you're still here, listening to every word coming out of my mouth, man. I greatly appreciate all the haters out there, man. But I want to thank everybody for showing up to the No Mercy review. Major numbers. Thank you guys so much. We are now over 83,000 subscribers. And I want to thank everybody for your continued love and support. I want to thank everybody for showing up to my Monday Night Raw review as well. That review did major numbers as well. And we had a lot to talk about on the Monday Night Raw review with the Shield tease. The Shield reunion being teased and their possible opponents being the Miz Taraj and what WWE's real agenda is for the Shield reunion. Something that nobody's going to be talking about because, like I said in the review, everybody wants to dance around the topic. Everybody wants to sugarcoat the topic and not really get down to what WWE is really doing. We discuss all of that. Right up in your face truth about the possible Shield reunion and why WWE is doing it now when they had opportunities to make it special 2 or 3 times already and didn't do it. Now they want to pull that ace from their sleeve and put it out on the table, man. We discuss all that in the Monday Night Raw review. Go check it out. It is worth your hour. So thank you so much to all those people that came out and supported that video last night. I want to thank everybody for showing up to my live stream. I did live stream on YouTube today, YouTube Gaming. We did the Walking Dead Telltale series, episode number 2 for season number 1. We almost had 500 viewers live for the entire 2.5-hour live stream. I want to thank everybody for showing up to that. It is now officially posted to the channel, so if you guys were waiting on that and you guys want to go check that out, it is live on the channel right now for you guys to go watch on demand whenever you want. So thank you to everybody that came out to the stream. Follow me on Twitter at JDFROMNY206. Make sure you guys subscribe down below and hit that bell. Turn on all notifications for the channel so you guys know when I upload daily. And if you guys want to support the channel and the podcast, there's two great ways to do that. Patreon.com/JDFROMNY206. You guys get bonus perks. If you guys want to find out all the information and you guys want to support the channel, Patreon is the best way to do it, man. Patreon.com/JDFROMNY206. And I want to thank all the fine people over at Audible for sponsoring the podcast each and every week. If you guys are a new subscriber, if you guys are a new listener to what I do here, Audible is giving you 30 days free. That's 1 month free to try their service out with one free audio book, man. Everybody now is listening to podcasts. Everybody wants to get into podcasting. Everybody wants to be a podcaster. The way to listen to things now, man, is vastly different. Podcasts, Audible, audio books. And if you guys want something of interest and you guys want over 180,000 choices to choose from, Audible's going to give you guys one free book just for listening to tonight's SmackDown review. All you got to do is go to audibletrial.com/offthescript, fill out your information. You're going to get 30 days free. Choose your free book, and you're on your way to just searching Audible for 1 month free, man. audibletrial.com/offthescript. And if you guys want to cancel immediately or cancel within the full 30 days, you can do that. You're not going to be billed at all. You still get to keep your audio book, man. Thank you guys so much for that. The new Get Off My TV design should be up by this weekend's podcast. This weekend's Off the Script, episode 189. It is absolutely glorious. Believe me, a new design for you guys to go out and represent. Get Off My TV version 2 redone with 4 new members of Get Off My TV, man. Jinder Mahal, Enzo Amore, Bailey, and Titus O'Neil, man. Look for that this weekend on barbershopwindow.com/offthescript. Let's get into the show, man. Like I said, this show was merely nothing but fleshing out the Hell in a Cell card. It made the Hell in a Cell card full. We now have a full card for the pay-per-view in October. The show started off with Kevin Owens. And Kevin Owens was addressing his Shane McMahon issue. Kevin Owens finally in the arena on SmackDown Live. Shane McMahon, at this point during the show, when the show opened up, wasn't there. He was on his way, flying into the arena. He was going to be in the arena, so you knew that Shane McMahon wasn't going to make an appearance until the end of the show. But of all people, Sami Zayn comes out to confront Kevin Owens about what he is doing and how he is ruining his life and how he is ruining his career by battling the McMahons and battling Shane McMahon inside Hell in a Cell. Now, I love Sami Zayn, man. This is no secret. You know, we can all poke fun. Uber driver, he's got no character, he's uncharismatic, he's boring, he's stale, there's nothing special about him. I want everybody who says that to go back and watch his match with Shinsuke Nakamura at NXT TakeOver Dallas, and please reiterate those things to me. You can look me right in the face, and I wouldn't believe a goddamn fucking word out of your mouth. Give me a break. Sami Zayn reminds me, you know why I love Sami Zayn so much? You want a blockbuster announcement? You want to know why I love Sami Zayn so much? Because he reminds me of the old school. I was watching the rest of the 1992 Survivor Series so I can get my notes ready for an off-the-script retro for you guys. It's going up on Patreon exclusively, hopefully within the next week. You know, I was watching the mid-card of the WWF back in the day. Sami Zayn reminds me of a great undercard talent that's not being utilized properly. Sami Zayn is the quintessential United States champion or an intercontinental champion. You want to know why? Because he doesn't need that overly charismatic character. He's great in the ring. He's a great storyteller. And you take those two aspects of what Sami Zayn does so well and you apply that to the Intercontinental Championship, that title would be better off with Sami Zayn holding it. The U.S. title would be better off with Sami Zayn holding it. And I got my gripes with the U.S. title as well. I love AJ Styles, but they're not doing anything with the United States Championship around AJ Styles' waist. In fact, they're making the U.S. title look bad They're not doing anything with it. It doesn't need to be defended every week. But I just feel like it's in a dead period right now. Just like the IC title. Sami Zayn is a fighting champion. He's a working man's champion. That's why I like him. So the fact that he's not in that role, it bothers me that WWE doesn't see that in him, but a lot of the people who watch this program do see it. There is a place for Sami Zayn. I do think Sami Zayn eventually will get what he rightfully deserves in the WWE. It might not be right now because there are other players in positions right now that are getting the fruits of their labor. They're benefiting from WWE putting them in prime position. Sami Zayn, unfortunately, hasn't been that. We all hope that his move to SmackDown Live would change that coming over from Monday Night Raw. And WWE stating that SmackDown Live is the land of opportunity. They haven't given any opportunity to a lot of guys, and one of those guys is Sami Zayn. So the fact that I'm seeing him on television to open the show and then in the main event against Kevin Owens, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with Sami Zayn playing right now a role in this feud between Owens and McMahon that puts him right in the middle, man. I don't want to say he's a stepping stone, but he's a nice catalyst to Kevin Owens because they have such a rich history together. And they have such a history in the WWE already so far on the main roster. So I don't mind Sami Zayn being in that role. But that's why I enjoy Sami Zayn so much, man. I think he is very, very underutilized. You might not like him, but you can't take away the fact that he's a great storyteller and he's absolutely one of the best that WWE has in that ring. But he did open the show with Kevin Owens tonight. Kevin Owens addressing his Shane McMahon issues. We're going to listen to the audio from tonight's show on SmackDown Live. Kevin Owens addressing Shane McMahon, ultimately to be interrupted by your favorite Uber driver, Sami Zayn.
I've been called a coward for what I did to Vince McMahon. I've been called a coward for not being at SmackDown Live last week. Well, right here, right now, I'm standing in the middle of the ring. I am standing in the middle of the land of opportunity. Shane McMahon, here's your opportunity. Where are you?
I love this Kevin Owens.
You know what? Maybe Shane McMahon is the coward.
This is the Kevin Owens that we should have seen from the beginning, man. He is relishing this right now.
You know what? I don't believe that. I know better. Shane McMahon is no coward. Shane McMahon is actually a very smart man. Because last week I said that I have nothing but respect for Vince McMahon, and I mean it. I'll even do you one better. Not only do I respect Vince McMahon, I actually like Vince McMahon. And Shane, you saw what I did to a man that I actually respect and like. So imagine what I'll do to someone I don't.
That's a very good line.
I've known you for 15 years, and I know throughout your career what happens when you snap and it never ends well. And when you headbutted Vince McMahon, the chairman and CEO of this company, I said, that's it. He snapped. I'm out here against my better judgment. I'm here trying to talk some sense of you, Kevin, because right now, you are on a collision course with Shane McMahon at Hell in a Cell, where you are about to cross a line that you have never crossed before. And if you cross that line, there is no coming back from it. And I'm not just talking about your career. I'm talking about your life. I'm talking about your family. Kevin, you need to get a grip, and you need to stop right now.
Don't worry, okay? Don't worry about my family, buddy. That's for me to worry about. But let's be honest, you're not out here to talk sense into me. Come on. You're out here because, once again, I have completely and utterly outshined and eclipsed you, just like I've done for the last 15 years of our lives. You know what? Forget the last 15 years. Let's just look at our WWE careers. You signed with WWE 2.5 years before I did, and yet I have been Intercontinental Champion twice. I have been the Universal Champion. I won the United States title at WrestleMania while you watched from the back. Just like you will watch when I main event Hell in a Cell and destroy Shane McMahon. That's not even it. There's more. You know, last week I said that headbutting Vince McMahon was a mistake, and it was. But even that mistake, let me ask you, what have you ever done in your career? Forget your career. What have you ever done in your life that ever had as much impact as the impact my skull had on Vince McMahon's head?
You're right. But you've also taken every cheap shot. You've also cut every corner. You have taken every reprehensible action to get to where you are. So fine, you know what? Right now, I'm not doing too great. I'll admit that. But guess what? My day will come. And when it comes, I will do it my way. I will do it the right way.
Sammy reminds me so much of Daniel Bryan when he gets fired up. I think this was a great promo by Sami Zayn. He wasn't done after that.
Fine. You won the Intercontinental Championship, and I never did. Fine. You won the United States Championship, and I never did. Fine. You were Universal Champion, and I never was. But the real difference between you and me, Kevin, is when I look myself in the mirror, I don't see a giant piece of trash looking back at me.
Shane is not here right now, and I don't know if he's going to be here. And that actually might be better for you. But I know someone who is here and someone who would love to fight you. So we're gonna see Kevin Owens fight Sami Zayn, and we're gonna see it tonight!
So that's the way that got set up. I mean, I kind of rolled my eyes at first announcement because we've seen it so many times, but every time they do it, especially in a main event, it's worth our time. It was a very, very, it was a good match. It was a good match. It's never a bad match when it's Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. The thing with this is it all probably, was going to lead to a Shane McMahon, interference anyway, and that's exactly what we got. Sami Zayn was nothing but a catalyst in this entire thing. Shane McMahon comes, he lands, he gets from the airport to the arena, he's in the arena. Sami Zayn was powerbombed by Kevin Owens on the ring apron, and it was a brutal spot. Absolutely brutal. Okay, and by the way, Sami Zayn did do his Blue Thunder Bomb, and if I'm booking Sami Zayn to ever win a championship in the near future, I'm having him win it, and I'm booking him to win it with the Blue Thunder Bomb, because that move just gets everybody off their feet. It gets everybody excited. I love it. Just want to throw that out there. But Kevin Owens powerbombed Sami Zayn on the ring apron. He did that big powerbomb. Unbelievable. Took him out. I would be shocked if he wasn't hurt after that, man. The bump and the sound of Sami Zayn's back hitting the ring apron. My God. So, referee stopped the match. He called for the bell. We have security, and we have, just people in official, ring gear out there. They're helping him up. They're escorting him to the back. They're selling the injury. Kevin Owens takes it upon himself to run around the ring as the security and the medical staff, whomever was there, carry Sami Zayn away from the ringside area to the back. He bum rushes everybody. He clotheslines Sami Zayn from behind. And then he takes a steel chair and puts the steel chair around Sami Zayn's neck. Shane McMahon's music hits. He comes down. Shane McMahon's about to make his interference here during this match. Kevin Owens, the beautiful heel that he is, he sees Shane McMahon running to the ring. So with Sami Zayn with the steel chair still around his neck, he throws Sami Zayn into Shane McMahon with the steel chair still around his neck. The steel chair, the way it's pointed, it's around Sami Zayn's neck. The bottom of the steel chair, the foot of the steel chair, nails Shane McMahon right in the face. Kevin Owens sees an ample opportunity with Shane McMahon down after what he just did to run into the audience and escape, and he gets away from Shane McMahon. Playing the cowardly heel who talks a lot of shit, who says he's going to destroy Shane McMahon inside Hell in a Cell, proving why he is probably right now the best heel going in WWE right now. And that was a great segment. The show really didn't do or offer much of anything, but this was a nice way to use Sami Zayn as a catalyst and get us to the go-home show of SmackDown Live for Hell in a Cell. You know, I wish Sami Zayn was in a bigger role, but right now, listen, he opened the show and he closed the show. This was a good week for Sami Zayn. You know, he didn't lose the match. He had a nice promo against Kevin Owens. He had a decent match against Kevin Owens, and he was used in what probably is going to be the main event of Hell in a Cell. He was used as a catalyst in what is going to be the main event of Hell in a Cell. Not a bad week for Sami Zayn. Yes, we want more of Sami. We want him to be treated better. We want him to be utilized better, but it was a good week for Sami Zayn. Kevin Owens played his role beautifully. His heel work so far in this Shane McMahon storyline has been top-notch, and I reported on Off the Script on Sunday. There are rumors going around that Kevin Owens will beat Shane McMahon inside Hell in a Cell, and this will take Shane McMahon off television, and this will reintroduce Triple H to Kevin Owens, and Triple H and Kevin Owens are going to have a feud that's going to go all the way to WrestleMania, making Triple H probably the interim commissioner of SmackDown Live. So those are just rumors right now. But that's where WWE's mindset could possibly be going. But right now, this was a very, very good segment on a show that really didn't offer anything much. This was a very, very nice way to close the show and get us to the go-home show of Hell in a Cell. Other than that, man, there was really nothing much else on this show. We're going to start at the top. Ty Dillinger and Baron Corbin. Ty Dillinger and Baron Corbin have been going back and forth over who should be the one to challenge AJ Styles for the United States Championship. So, my feeling on this is AJ Styles is fantastic. He's one of my favorite wrestlers. He's probably my favorite wrestler in the WWE right now. I don't think the WWE is doing justice to the United States Championship with AJ Styles. AJ Styles is great, but they're not really doing anything with the United States Championship right now. It's kind of in a stalemate. Baron Corbin and Ty Dillinger have been fighting over who's going to fight AJ Styles. And both men have interfered in each other's matches. They both got shots at the United States Championship, and both men said, nope, it's my shot, nope, it's my shot. Like they're fighting over the last leg of chicken at the dinner table. So now, we got one match here that could very well determine who's going to go on to Hell in a Cell to fight AJ Styles for the United States Championship. Ty Dillinger loses this match by countout because Baron Corbin is a coward. Baron Corbin wants to take the cheap route to victory, and AJ Styles even said that. He wants to take the cheap route to victory. Baron Corbin threw Ty Dillinger into AJ Styles, disrupting this match, causing the countout as he took it upon himself to get back in the ring. He's seen both men down. He see Ty Dillinger on the floor. He got back in the ring, made the 10 count. Ty Dillinger was about to get back in the ring at 9, and he didn't make it in by the 10 count. He got counted out. So Baron Corbin wins this match by countout. So Corbin threw water in Styles' face. Corbin then took the microphone and says that he wants Styles for the title at the pay-per-view. And the match was made immediately after that segment from Baron Corbin challenging AJ Styles for the United States Championship. I have a problem with that. Number one, Ty Dillinger, for 3 weeks now, he's been used as a buffer. He's been used as an in-between man. He's been used as a middleman to get us to a match that seemingly nobody gives a shit about. Do you care about Baron Corbin versus AJ Styles? I don't. I don't care about it at all. If I was booking this, Baron Corbin wouldn't be anywhere near a championship match. At all. Nobody wants to see this U.S. championship match at Hell in a Cell. This is one of the most, I'd say, matches at Hell in a Cell. Nobody wants to see this. When I see AJ Styles, I want to see top-tier competition. I don't want to see a Baron Corbin who's been buried. A Baron Corbin that nobody takes seriously right now. A Baron Corbin that really doesn't have he hasn't done anything to deserve a U.S. Championship match at all. At all. In fact, WWE would probably do better if they put Ty Dillinger in this match next week, which I'm holding out hope for. I'm holding out hope for WWE to correct this mistake right now, because when I see this graphic for the U.S. title match at Hell in a Cell, I see a mistake. If Ty Dillinger is all you have for a middleman right now, if that's all you have for Ty Dillinger with a middleman role, that's a slap in the face. We all want to see Ty Dillinger in this match. Ty Dillinger's inclusion in this match makes this match better. It enhances the match from what we got right now. So I'm holding out hope. I'm crossing my fingers that WWE puts Tye Dillinger in this match and makes it a triple threat match. I know we've seen multi-person matches all year. It's been WWE's go-to all year. But at least this time, it would make sense. I hope Tye Dillinger is inserted into this match, making the U.S. title match between AJ Styles and Baron Corbin a triple threat match. I am not going to spend too much time on Jinder Mahal and the Singh brothers. They're out there again with the same segment with Shinsuke Nakamura. You know, he's out there to address his controversial comments made last week. The same controversial comments that made headlines in the Washington Post. Jinder's a failure. And I don't want to go on a rant again, but you guys know how I feel about Jinder Mahal. The more that this guy is the champion, the worse that this show gets week in and week out. WWE needs to fix this. A lot of you are telling me that WWE is not going to fix it, that the WWE is touring India next month, that Nakamura is probably not going to win the title. I don't know. Nakamura hasn't done anything in retaliation against Jinder Mahal. As of this show, before this show started, he hasn't said anything. He hasn't done anything to retaliate against the discriminatory comments of Jinder Mahal. He just sat there and took it. He just sat there and just listened without a care in the world. So Jinder comes out and does the same shtick over and over and over again. They're laughing at Nakamura's facial expressions. They're laughing at still shots of Shinsuke Nakamura. So they show 2 still shots of Nakamura. And then they show another still shot of Nakamura, which I thought was a still shot. And then all of a sudden you see Nakamura moving on the Titantron. It was a real-life feed from the back of Shinsuke Nakamura. They're making jokes about his face. All of a sudden he starts moving, doing his arm movements. So he comes in, makes his entrance. The Singh brothers run up the ramp during his ring entrance. They get attacked. Mahal comes over and attacks him, gets a few shots on Nakamura. That goes nowhere. They battle in the ring. Nakamura's cleaning house. He does deliver the Kinshasa to Jinder Mahal, and Mahal and the Singh brothers are retreating up the ramp. Finally, after weeks and weeks and weeks of Nakamura just being downgraded with these awful promos from Jinder Mahal, after weeks and weeks of Jinder Mahal not only disgracing SmackDown Live, not only disgracing himself, not only disgracing the WWE Championship, finally Nakamura gets a Kinshasa on him. And even that is not enough to say, you know what, that is for everything you said. No. I hope that Nakamura delivers a Kinshasa so hard that Mahal and his head go rolling up the ramp. That's what I want to see. Nakamura needs to win the WWE Championship. Because the more that this guy holds the title, the worse that it's going to be. The worse the title's going to be. And this show will never recover from Jinder Mahal as the WWE Champion. Gotta happen. The guy's an embarrassment. The guy is just making the title worse and worse and worse. To the point where people are saying that he's the worst WWE Champion in history. Do you want that said about your WWE Champion? This is not even the most important thing on the brand, never mind the company. This is the WWE title. If the people running this show don't have the respect for the WWE title like they should have, then what's the point of having this show on the air? It all starts at the top. Jinder's at the top. This show and the decline of SmackDown Live pretty much started as soon as they made Jinder Mahal the WWE Champion. I don't believe this guy has the title for over 100 days, but Bray Wyatt only held it for 50 days. I don't believe that Nakamura has held this title for over 100 days and Sami Zayn doesn't even have a singles title in WWE. Are you serious? Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. You know, I made a comment on Twitter. You know, Jinder Mahal can probably be inserted into this tweet as well. I made a mention that Enzo won a singles title before guys like Sami Zayn, before guys like Samoa Joe and Bobby Roode. You know, Luke Harper was the Intercontinental Champion, but he held that title for pretty much a coffee date. You know, Luke Harper is an underutilized talent who is much better than Jinder Mahal in every way possible, but he's not being featured, you know? But Jinder Mahal is better off than half of these guys on the show, and he doesn't even possess half of the talent that these guys have. It's a shame. Jinder Mahal is your WWE champion, but you got a guy like Samoa Joe, who is not a world champion on WWE television yet. Does that make any sense to you? This guy sucks. This guy is awful. And I'm going to say it every week until something is done. And I hope to God, I pray every night I go to sleep that this guy is going to lose the title at Hell in a Cell. It needs to happen. It just needs to happen. You know how WWE loves breaking up tag teams? You know how WWE likes diminishing their tag team division? Well, it's about to happen. The Hype Bros seemingly are no more. The Hype Bros are seemingly no more, or at least it's looking that way. Usos versus the Hype Bros. Usos win with a Superfly splash here to Mojo Rawley. Zack Ryder was going for, I think, a second rope Rough Rider, and Mojo Rawley takes himself in. Mojo Rawley takes himself in. This triggers an argument with Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder's like, bro, what are you doing, bro? Why are you taking yourself in, bro? I had him, bro. So Jimmy knocks Ryder off the top, super kick to Mojo, and that's when the whole match just crumbles right before the Hype Brothers' eyes. So we got a Superfly splash to end Mojo Rawley. Usos beat the Hype Bros, and that was pretty much it. There was nothing else after that. I wanted to see if Zack Ryder was going to say anything else to Mojo Rawley for pretty much fucking the match up for him. They didn't continue that, but what they did do is show the Usos by ringside, who addressed the New Day. The New Day was sitting at ringside. They were eating popcorn. They were eating cotton candy, right? They were sitting there with their tag team championships right in the front row, right with the crowd behind the barricade. And Big E has a huge bucket of popcorn. He dips into the popcorn, right? And he pulls out a microphone. And Kofi Kingston starts talking to the Usos, saying they got a lot of talk. The Usos are a lot of talk for a team that just lost the tag team championships. So, ultimately, what this led to is the Usos and the New Day battling back and forth verbally. The Usos saying, yeah, you sit there. That's where you belong, behind the barricade, watching a real tag team go to work. And then Kofi made the comment about, you know, you guys got a lot of talk for losing the tag team championships. We're the ones holding the titles. So then the New Day, you know, they're talking about the Uso penitentiary. They want to bring this literally into the penitentiary. The Usos were challenged by the New Day for Hell in a Cell with the tag team championships on the line. Normally, I am under the opinion of having one Hell in a Cell. In fact, I wouldn't even have Hell in a Cell as a pay-per-view. I think these gimmick shows are fucking awful. They got to get rid of them. You know, it's conditioned that we see a Hell in a Cell every year because of the name of the pay-per-view. Give me a break. You know, Hell in a Cell should be brought out when the feud and the match calls for it. And I feel like if this went away, when an announcement is made for Hell in a Cell, it would be a little bit more important. The fact that we get it every year lessens the importance of Hell in a Cell, and I'm sure you guys agree with me as well. But we already have Shane and Kevin Owens, which belongs inside Hell in a Cell. With the way that this feud has transpired, yes, it belongs in Hell in a Cell, but if you're going to put the Usos and the New Day inside Hell in a Cell, I'm not going to complain about that. Simply because this is the best feud, not only on SmackDown Live, but this is probably the best feud in WWE right now. Between two teams that have delivered great matches every single time when those titles were on the line. This will be no different. You add Hell in a Cell to that, you're going to get, I think, the best match that we got from both teams. Now, normally I'm under the impression of I don't want this, I think it sucks, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm going to complain about it. I'm all for it. As long as they keep it to that. 2 Hell in a Cell matches is fine. And you know what? You could even say that the match calls for it. They've been feuding for months now. You know, the Usos are talking about the Uso penitentiary. You want to bring them to the Uso penitentiary? Do it. There you go. The door is open. Hell in a Cell is there. Now, the Usos didn't agree to it, but I'm pretty sure the match is going to be made. And I'm not going to complain about having these two teams inside Hell in a Cell. I think it's a very good idea, but keep it at that. My opinion still stands on Hell in a Cell and how I think these gimmick pay-per-views should go. I don't want to, come to every October and say, well, we're going to get a Hell in a Cell match because the name of the pay-per-view is Hell in a Cell. I just wish that it would go away and WWE would give us a pay-per-view worthy of that spot and just get rid of the gimmick name pay-per-views and bring it back when it really calls for it, when a match really needs it, when a feud really needs it. So that's just my opinion on that. But the Usos beat the Hype Bros. It looks like the Hype Bros are going to be no more very, very soon, which leaves only two teams on SmackDown Live. We haven't even seen Gable and Benjamin. Shelton Benjamin is back. What is this, the third week we haven't seen Gable and Benjamin? Give me a break. What I'd actually do here is I would actually promote the Authors of Pain to SmackDown Live, and I would actually have the New Day go over the Usos. I would have the Authors of Pain make their debut inside Hell in a Cell, destroy the New Day inside Hell in a Cell, and I would have the Authors of Pain and the New Day lined up for a feud. I would have the Authors of Pain take the titles off the New Day, and then I would have the Authors of Pain move on to Gable and Benjamin for the Tag Team Championships. Set up for your future. There's not many teams on SmackDown Live right now, so you got to use your creativity. If you promote the Authors of Pain, deliver them. Deliver them in a situation where they can deliver pain. I can't think of anything more painful than a Hell in a Cell interruption at the end of that match in 2 weeks against the New Day. I think that would be very good. We'll see what happens. Rusev's Pride of Bulgaria celebration. My God, this was cringe, man. Yes, it got Aiden English television time. Yes, it got Aiden English to finally sing. Yes, it got Rusev television time. But all of a sudden, Randy Orton comes out of nowhere and RKO's Aiden English, RKO's Rusev, and then the match was made for Hell in a Cell. Rusev and Randy Orton are going one-on-one at Hell in a Cell. Who cares? Who cares? Seriously, I don't care. Sami Zayn comes to see Daniel Bryan, says Shane McMahon is on the way. Shane McMahon wants Kevin Owens. Sami Zayn begs Bryan to call Shane McMahon and say, do not interfere in this match. I want to take care of Kevin Owens myself. So Sami Zayn, wanting to be the good guy, wants the fight, wants the main event. He's going to help Shane McMahon in this feud with Kevin Owens. Charlotte Flair versus Carmella. I don't think I watched this match at all. I don't. Charlotte beat Carmella with a big boot. I don't care. The women right now are directionless on SmackDown Live. One thing of note here, Carmella got rid of that singlet that she was wearing, which looked awful on her. She went back to the camo pants and the white tank top, which she looks much better in. James Ellsworth was, I guess, dog chained to the outside, But nobody's got a problem about that on SmackDown Live. Nobody's got a problem about Carmella dog chaining with a dog collar and handcuffing James Ellsworth to the ring post. They want to call me sexist on Twitter for making fun of that Bayley fan, that Bayley creeper super fan in the front row at No Mercy. You want to call me sexist, though? What the fuck do you call that? Charlotte wins with a big boot. Post-match, Natalya comes out, says that she's glad Ric Flair is feeling better. And the only reason why she's glad Ric Flair is feeling better is because she wants to see Ric Flair watch Charlotte lose at Hell in a Cell. And she did the worst Ric Flair imitation I think I have ever seen. My God. Natty's good as a heel, but you gotta sound a little bit more believable. And if you want to do the Ric Flair, woo! Put some fucking bass into your voice. What are you taking, lessons from Mahal? My God. If you can't do it, don't do it. All of a sudden, we see the Undertaker's theme music go off. I want to know how many people in that audience legitimately thought The Undertaker was going to come back. If you are one of those people, you are a fucking idiot. Really. And I mean that wholeheartedly. You are a fucking idiot if you thought The Undertaker was going to come back on SmackDown Live on a random show in Arizona. Give me a break. So Dolph Ziggler used The Undertaker's entrance this week, and that's the only entrance that he used. Now, I'm glad that this ends the entrance bullshit, because all these weeks, I just went through these weeks like, it is what it is. I know what they're trying to do. I know what they're planning for Hell in a Cell. This legitimately pissed me off. This legitimately pissed me off. Of all the people you want to use The Undertaker's theme? You want to use The Undertaker's entrance? I mean, there was nobody else that you guys could have come up with at the creative meetings and say, you know what, Dolph's going to do such and such entrance this week. You had to pick The Undertaker? You know, it is, and Corey Graves even said it. I don't know how much of that he meant, or if that was scripted verbiage by WWE, but it was disrespectful. You know? The fact that they even did that, or came up with that before they even did it on tonight's show, was disrespectful. That's an entrance that should, if it's retired, never be seen again. By anybody. So yes, it was disrespectful. So Dolph says the fans look like they've seen a ghost, which makes him laugh because there's no way that you're going to see The Undertaker twice in a year. I love that line. Ziggler starts ripping into the fans again, and then out comes Bobby Roode. Finally, Bobby Roode's back on SmackDown Live. Roode comes out, calls Ziggler a hypocrite. You know, Ziggler is very good on the microphone, I gotta admit. It makes me sad that this is probably his last match in WWE before he leaves and joins the Bullet Club, or joins Ring of Honor, or challenges Cody Rhodes for the Ring of Honor Championship. One or the other. He's going away. But he's very good on the microphone, and I love when Dolph Ziggler, you know, really just nails it home. Because you feel when Ziggler talks, when he says something, when he says something about him being better than everybody else, you feel it from his voice that he really means it. And that's why I like it so much. When Ziggler talks, I like when Ziggler cuts a promo. Because you feel that he means what he says. So Bobby Roode calls Ziggler a hypocrite. He claims to not care what the fans think, but here he is every week to entertain them. If Ziggler thinks he's the best performer ever, how about he proves it against Bobby Roode at Hell in a Cell? Ziggler lists all the things that it takes to be popular. Flashy robe, check. An entrance that involves an audience participation, check. In-ring skills that match Ziggler's. 2 out of the 3 isn't bad. But anyone who steps in the ring with Ziggler will rest in, and Roode cuts him off and says that their match will be glorious. If there's one match that I'm actually looking forward to at Hell in a Cell, outside of the tag team title match and Shane versus Kevin Owens, it's this one. I think these two are going to put on a very good match. Bobby Roode's great in the ring. We know what Ziggler could do. I think this is going to be a damn good match at Hell in a Cell. And like I said in the beginning, Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. Sami Zayn was pretty much defeated by Kevin Owens due to referee stoppage after that powerbomb on the ring apron. But that's pretty much it, man. We went over that in the beginning of the show. And like I said, there really wasn't anything of importance on this show. It was a show to pretty much flesh out the rest of the Hell in a Cell card before we get to the go-home show. And next week, they're just going to nail it home and just nail it home with all these matches and get you ready for Hell in a Cell, man. This was a setup show for the go-home show. That's all it was. So SmackDown Live, was it good? No. Was it bad? No. It was just there. Just another run-of-the-mill formulaic show from SmackDown Live and the Blue Brand on Tuesday nights, man. Thank you guys so much. Hope you enjoyed the review. If you enjoyed it, hit that thumbs up. I will be back with some more news tomorrow with Off the Script Extra. We got some more news on this Shield versus the Miztourage bullshit that's been going around. I got news on that tomorrow, so look forward to that. And then we got NXT live stream tomorrow on Twitch, plus the review of NXT tomorrow night. Adam Cole, baby! His NXT debut tomorrow night on NXT, man. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the live stream and the NXT review. Until then, hit that thumbs up. Follow me on Twitter, at JDFROMNY206. Hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that bell. Turn on that bell for all notifications. And I will see you guys tomorrow with more content right here on the channel. Make sure you guys check out The Walking Dead. If you guys want some late night entertainment, The Walking Dead Telltale Season 1, Episode 2, live on the channel right now. I'll see you guys tomorrow for NXT. Have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow for more news and rumors.